Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. Today is Monday, December the 5th, 2022. This is the Young and the Restless edition. All right, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this like a 7.58. It was pretty solid to me. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm not going to hold you long. We see Tucker and Devon, and they're still bonding over Dominic. And then Tucker asks Devon, how's things going with the business? And Devon says, I thought we said we were going to talk about the business because I would hate to think you were using Dominic to try to get information about the business. And he says, no, never. There's not a lot we can talk about, and so I know, business is one of the few things. So he says, okay, he says, we're having, we have potential people for COOs to replace like Nate and Billy and everything. And he says, Tucker lets him know, I love the way you and Lily work together. You make it a family thing. He said, I did have a vision one time of maybe me and you working together the same way you did with Neil, where it was family. And so around this time, Abby comes over, and when she comes to the door, because Devon wanted to answer the door, he asked Tucker, will you hold Dominic? And he's like, sure. So when Abby comes in, she was like, what is he doing here? And at first she was upset, but then when Tucker just told her, listen, I don't want any problems. He is my family, so I just want to get to know him. I missed out on Devon's life, and so seeing Dominic and being happy around him, I just want to get to know him. And so he says, and I should have told you personally that I wanted to come and see him. And I will do that going forward. If I would hope that you would allow me in his life, but it's up to you. So then Tucker leaves. And so Abby and Devon talking. He tells her he's sorry. He thought they talked about it and she was okay. She said, yeah, it just happened so fast. And she said, really, that's not why she's upset. But she even though Tucker makes her skin crawl, she's okay with him being around Dominic because that is his grandson. And she also says that um Chance has asked for a divorce to make it official. And so Devon is like, he doesn't even want to go to counseling just try to work it out. She said, no, it's over. And so that's it with that. These two about to be together. And so then we see Tucker. He's at the bar drinking, and he gets a text message that says Jeremy is in town. I think Jeremy is his partner he's working with. I think whether Phyllis and them called or not, Phyllis and the ladies called or not, Jeremy was going to come to town because Tucker was going to let him know, because I don't think he was going to get over what Diane did to him. Anyways, we see Chance and Sharon talking, and she's asking him, do you need a drink or something? You look kind of upset. And she was like, what's going on? And I said, Sharon always in somebody's business, get her a storyline. But and they said this is her storyline, her and Chance gonna get together. I said, okay, don't make it boring. So then Chance and Sharon are talking, and he tells her about Abby and how this has been going on for a while. She said this happened so fast, and he said no, it's been going on for a while. Lies you tell, but okay. If I mean, I understand y'all that Amanda left and y'all needed to rush a storyline with Devon and Abby, and then now but come on, this has not been going on for a while. They were doing great until like the whole Ashland Lock thing, and then with that, they were starting to move past it. So now for Chance to be like, well, we never should have been together, get out of here with that. But anyways, that's what he's saying. And she says, are you going to be still in Dominic's life? And he was like, of course, yes. And she was like, I was just asking. He was like, I'm sorry to snap at you. And so then Victor sees Chance, and they give a cold acknowledgement to each other. And then Sharon says, I couldn't help but notice. Of course you did. Oh, I don't know why I'm treating Sharon like this lately, but she has worked my last nerve. She's always in somebody's business. And then, but with certain people, she's like, oh, no, can't say, it's private. But you're all in this business. Like, you're not their counselor. Okay, move on, Nikki, move on. Stop being this way. Stop being petty. Anyways, so Sharon tells Victor there's a lot that you don't know. And he said, what do you know? And so I guess she's gonna tell him Abby cheated on Chance, and that's why he mad at her and wants this divorce. So then we see Jeremy Stark has arrived at the Abbott household. Baby, I was here for this storyline. Because I said, Diane, now you're not that scared. She said, yes, I am. I said, okay, girl. So Jeremy is at the house, and Diane is shook to her core. And she's like, what are you doing here? And he said, I just want to see how you were doing. So around this time, Jack comes in, and Jack being all friendly. I said, Jack's such a wimp. This man is in your house. Here, he's threatening your family, and you all how a friend of Diane is a friend. I said, boy, please. I cannot. But anyways, Jeremy says, they because Jack said, how did you know she was gonna be here? He said, when I heard she had a grandson and everything, I figured this was where she would be. And then he leaves. He putting them on blast. He putting them on notice that, yeah, I can find out whatever information I want. But he did not sell out Phyllis. And I said, okay. But oh, I'm gonna come back to it. But anyways, so then Diana's all, oh my God, Jack, I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. And I was, thank you for taking care of me. He said, let's go to dinner. Everything's okay. And he grabs her up in his arms and he reassures Diane everything is fine. Like, Lord, I can't stand this storyline. I don't know why I'm like this towards Jack. It's just that he couldn't forgive Phyllis for anything, but he can forgive Diane for everything, even if she puts trouble on his doorstep. Don't at me talking about no, Phyllis did that. No, Diane did it. Because she knew she had a past and she knew this was her past and he was part of it. And it didn't matter if Phyllis and them did it or not. He told Diane when they talked, you never came and saw me. That man is not dumb. He knew Diane is the reason he went to prison. And he said, look at me now. I said, okay, because he is a handsome man. But let's move on. So then we see Kyle and Summer, and you need to get your mom. I said, wait a minute, Kyle, you're acting just like Jack. I don't understand Summer. I don't understand Summer. She's postly, I don't trust Diane and all that. But Kyle makes all the decisions. He wants to be around Diane. Fine. Diane brings trouble to their family. Fine. But it's Phyllis that has to get under control. Summer needs to get under control. And Summer's just like, I'm tired of the drama with your mom. And honestly, we don't know what my mom's done. So they go out to dinner because Phyllis comes up and she says, let's go have a bite to eat. And they were like, well, we were just going to grab something quick. This is Kyle. And she said, let's have a quick bite. So they were like, okay. So they go out to eat and Summer sees Nick and she asks Nick to come over and be a buffer. And Nick comes over. I don't like the way Nick treats Phyllis. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the way he treats Phyllis. So he comes over. He's supposed to be a buffer and keep the peace, and he starts going right at Phyllis about, oh, how are you two working together? I know it can be. It was almost like he was like, y'all got this toxic relationship, and Phyllis is like, me and my daughter work well together. She said, well, we don't really get to see each other much, but we do a great job together at Marquetti, and we're strong women. And he was like, yeah, and so he was going on just taking little shots and jabs. Even Kyle was kind of looking like, what is happening here? And then so Phyllis was like, how are things going at Newman? He asked about Marquetti and all that. And then he said, well, that's my cue to leave. And so he gets up and leaves. And Summer says, is there something going on with Dad? Like, what's happening right there? And she said, I don't know. I don't pay attention to what's going on with him. He'll be fine. He'll deal with it. But Phyllis takes shots all the time for everyone, and she just rolls with the punches. So then we go over here and we see Adam and Sally. Now they all went to bed together because y'all know for some reason Sally had to sleep with Adam to come to the conclusion that it's off. That magic, that feeling that we once had, it's not here anymore. And I hope you find a woman that, and Sally is my girl, but you did not have to sleep with this man to realize that the magical feeling was gone. If you were sitting there so obsessed and couldn't get him out of your mind and all that, when y'all slept together, why was it so different? You couldn't tell that before you went to bed with him, Sally? I just don't even understand it. And Adam wants to still be with her, but she says, no, it's over. You feel it too. You feel that it's off. And he just apologizes to her and she tells him they both wish each other happiness, and then he gets up and leaves. But then Nick comes in. Nick sees him when he's leaving out, and Sally up in there crying. And then Nick looks and he sees the bed and he looks at Sally. He said, I came at a bad time. Now this would I could feel bad for you, Nick, if you hadn't did my girl Phyllis the way you did her. So too bad. Let's move on. So then we see Diane, Jack, Phyllis, Kyle, and Summer. And baby, Diane marches over there to Phyllis. I just start going smooth off on my girl. Talking about, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to run me out of town, but you're not gonna get rid of me. And Jack grabs her up and he said, let's go eat somewhere else. And so they're like, what is going on? And so Kyle goes over there and Diane tells him, Phyllis told Jeremy Stocks where I am. It has to be Phyllis. I said, wait. Because anytime that something came up and Phyllis would say it was about Diane, y'all all say, you don't have proof. You can't say that. We're not going to go there. You don't have proof. It was all, be quiet. No, we're not listening to you. But now Diane can say anything she would. No, it's the truth. But she can't prove it. And Jeremy didn't rat Phyllis out. So why is Phyllis not getting the same treatment? Yes, I'm biased. I like Phyllis, and Diane has done nothing but lied since she's gotten into town. Why can't she get the same treatment? And so anyway, so then Kyle comes storming over at Phyllis, and he like, I tried to be respectful because you're Summer's mother and everything, but he started going off, and Phyllis just sitting there like, whoa, what is going on? Be getting on my nerves because when people be going off on her, she get those big eyes and she like, what is happening here? You know exactly what's happening. You know what you did, girl, but okay. And so then Kyle says, I have to go and fix your problem because Jeremy Stark is here. No, she didn't tell her that now, but she already knew what it was. And so then Summer comes running out like, what is going on? And he says, Jeremy Stark is here. And my mom said, your mom. I said, well, that right there, we're not going to have a conversation with two grown people and somebody says your mom said my mom. I'm not about to do it. Let's move on. So then Phyllis comes out and she said, oh, I thought you had left. Well, I can go get your dog. I canceled your order, but I can get your doggy bag. I said, now Phyllis. And so then Summer started going off like, how could you do this? Phyllis said, do what? She said, you're not going to feed innocence to me. I know you did this with Jeremy and told him where Diane was. You brought him to where Harrison was or whatever. And Diane, Phyllis is like, nobody listens to me about Diane. I told you she was into stuff, and Summer's just like, no, mom, I can't believe you did this. I've been defending you and you made me look crazy. Uh, when have you defended Phyllis? When have you truly defended Phyllis? Summer, you need to stop. You've been on Kyle and Diane's side in this whole thing. You just now started being like side eyeing Diane because she's bringing all this trouble to your door. But before that, you were like, yes, mom, we're on teams. But you quickly converted to being on Diane's team. So don't come at Phyllis now because she did what she had to do. It is what it is. That's my girl, and I'm sticking beside her. Okay, so then we move on to Jeremy and Kyle. So Jeremy is like, thank you, Talia, for the research. I said, wait a minute. Is Talia working for Jeremy or is he just reading an article? What is happening? What's happening here? And so I don't know what y'all. We'll figure that out. So then Kyle comes to the door with his little puppy dog self and tells Jeremy, you better leave Diane Jenkins alone. You stop messing with my mommy. I said, baby, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. I don't think that Jeremy is the type that's gonna scare easily because you said something. I just don't see it. I mean, I don't see it. Y'all not that type of family. I'm gonna be real with you. If somebody else had said this, I would have believed it, but not Kyle. I can't see it. But anyways, y'all, that was the Young and the Restless Child. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will be going live on Friday, December the 9th, 2022. I'm gonna be going live a little bit earlier than I normally do. It will be 7 on the East Coast, 6 Central, and 4 o'clock on the West Coast. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.